by Fox.
What's up? You're tuned in to Throwback Talk with V Fox. I'm V Fox, your School of the Legends team correspondent for the Washington Redskins. It's week 13 in the NFL season. The New York Jets are coming to FedEx Field to face off against our Washington Redskins. So for Vern's View of the Week, one of the biggest things this week to pay attention to is how we respond to success. One of the major things that shows the maturity of a team is how they respond after victory. It was hard to watch our team lose week in and week out, but one of the things that'll show how mature this team is how they respond after a huge victory. Everybody's happy, of course, and I'm happy for them, and they deserve to be happy after a win. After working so hard week in and week out, it's no fun to go out there each and every week and to lose games. And so the fact that they won, they deserve to be smiling again. And it's good to see guys smiling in interviews and guys being recognized in the NFC for their efforts. But how they respond after that game is going to speak a lot of volumes. And so I'm looking forward to that. And Mike Shanahan is a coach that's been around the block a time or two. And so I believe he's going to have this team ready. And frankly, in this division, as highly competitive as it is, these guys really can't afford to lose any more games. Really, it's from week to week, and it's going to tell a lot about where they are in this postseason and if they have an opportunity to extend their season beyond December. So really, they're going to have to win out, and it starts with the New York Jets. So let's talk about this team. Really, the New York Jets is really one of the yappiest teams you'll ever see, and it starts with their head coach. But on the other hand, they're probably one of the most inconsistent teams in terms of backing that up. And their personality, when you look at it, the way they play their games, and if you pay attention, when you look at their scores of their games are either going to be really close or they're going to be really lopsided. You're never going to see a personality about the way they play in particular how they play a game. It's never really, you're never really going to be able to put your finger on how a game's going to go. And that's the same personality that their quarterback carries. Mark Sanchez is kind of up and down like that, and you never know what you're going to get out of this guy. Some days he lights it up, and then other days you're wondering, what's this guy doing? And so hopefully we get the guy where we're wondering, what's this guy's doing? Because there is a time where you can rattle him, and I believe we have some playmakers on the back end and some guys that can put pressure on him, and hopefully we can rattle him and make some plays on the defensive side of the ball. Our defense has been playing consistent. We've had some rocky weeks, but last week we played a good game, and so hopefully we can carry that over to this week. They do have some playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Their running game really hasn't been anything to call home about. Sean Green has a little bit over 600 yards rushing. LT really hasn't had a standout year, but certainly we know he has playmaking ability, has been more of their third down back, catches the ball out of the backfield well. Now, the big thing on their offense has been their receivers. Obviously, we know they have Plaxico, someone we're very familiar with coming out of the NFC, and this guy has potential as a playmaker. Really, in the red zone, he's very dangerous. Always has been, and has continued that this year in his new start over with the New York Jets. Someone that presents matchup problems. The guy is 6'5". We don't have corners that stand that tall, but we have guys that will compete, and so we're definitely going to have to watch out for Plax when we get down into the red zone. Santonio Holmes is their other wide receiver, who's a very dangerous guy that has playmaking ability, came over from another very successful franchise and has brought his playmaking ability over to New York. So someone else we're going to have to watch out for. They've been known as a defensive team in the past, and so really, they haven't stood out as a very, very strong defense, but certainly have playmakers on that side. They're known for the guys on the outside, their corners, Revis and Cromartie. Revis still one of the top corners in the league. So we're going to have to present some challenges out there, and we're going to have to play big and play strong with our receivers. Great to see Anthony Armstrong making some plays out there. Fred Davis is going to have to step up. Good to have Santana back. He's going to have to step up, and certainly now that we have Roy Halou having a huge game, we're going to have to hope that he comes out and plays a good game again. Our offensive line played a solid game, so we're going to need them to step up and do that once again. Definitely, we're going to need Rex to have a solid game. We need to protect the ball. We can't have any turnovers. We can't throw any picks. We're going to need to protect the ball at all costs. If we make a minimal amount of mistakes against this team, that's really going to be vital in our success, and I believe we'll be able to walk away with a win. Now, for your fantasy pick of the week, this was difficult for me because I think everyone would expect me to go to Roy Halou after a big game that he had last week and all the recognition that he's getting, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Rex. And I know that they have good corners and passing the ball may not be easy this week, but I'm gonna have to go with Rex Grossman as my fantasy pick of the week. And the reason is because I believe he's gaining confidence, and because of that, I think that he'll have a good game. And if you are a fantasy owner, Rex, you are our fantasy pick of the week. Now I'm gonna send you over to the throwback item of the week. Guys, come on, you can't give me a hard time about this one. This one will be a little humorous, but I'm going to send you over to the throwback item of the week. And come on, let's go get a victory. We got to get this. FedEx, let's fill it up. Guys, let's get excited. Let's give this team all the support that they need. Hail to the Skins. For throwback item of the week, I'd like to introduce you to my kids. Say hi, guys.
Hi!
As you can see, my daughter's holding a small little Redskins helmet. And to understand the story behind that helmet, it belonged to a family friend of ours. We called him Bearskin. Bearskin was a Redskin Build-A-Bear that was given to us when my daughter was first born. She's no longer a baby, as you can see, but to understand the true humor behind that helmet and the story that I'd like to tell you, I got to show you some pictures to go along with that. So just promise not to laugh. Check it out. Well, because of the time and space she was born into, she came into the world a Redskin. And there was not much she could do about that. And that was fine, but I had this bright idea to put Bearskin's full outfit on my daughter. And that wasn't the problem. The problem was that she was only about 2 days old. And that even wasn't the problem. The real problem was when I tried to put the helmet on, and that didn't make my wife happy at all. I told you not to laugh. Catch me every week for pre-game and post-game analysis and everything in between. God bless.